Okay, so we do ching chong cha.
Okay.
And
I want to fly.
So whoever flies first today, then we fly the other one tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the best of one.
Best of three.
You really?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Ching chong
cha.
Yeah.
One.
One to me.
Ching chong cha.
Ching chong
cha. Yes, one each.
One each.
Ching chong cha. Yeah. I'll fly.
You fly. Okay, I'll fly tomorrow.
So it feels like a gathering of like the Three Amigos, or
Yay!
or maybe three men in a boat.
For those of you wondering who the third musketeer is, obviously James, Mike, and my name is Lloyd Ross. I'm a filmmaker that's been making films with these guys for the past 15 or so years. Been on many of their adventures.
Hiding under the tail, these are cameramen.
It's the 20th year of Sling Aircraft, or since Mike started designing the planes. So I said, let's make a celebratory video where we look back at their adventures and also how the factory has grown over these years.
So before we take off, James, I need a quick check.
Just spectacles, testicles, watch and wallet.
Well, yeah. Do we have food?
Yes, we have food.
Do we have a bottle to urinate into?
Yeah.
So what we're about to do is go to the middle of South Africa in the Karoo, to a farm there, a friend of James's.
There we go. Well, the nose wants to come up too soon.
Yeah, it's heavy in the back.
And we're going to sit around and chat about the journey that Sling Aircraft have taken, and them as friends have taken, actually, the adventures they've been on, and how the factory has grown in these last 20 years.
But I mean, this thing it's got a lot of camera gear. It's got Lloydie. It's got everything you need to make a film. You know, you've got the gear, and you've got the guy.
You'll find about all you need to know about Sling Aircraft by the end of this little film.
Good job, James.
And no hands. We don't want to hit that antenna over there, do we? I mean, Mike, 20 years.
Yeah.
We flew our first aeroplane.
So is it 20 years since you flew it, or is it since Mike started designing it?
Since he started designing it.
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah, 20 years. October was the month that I employed the first 2 employees. So we don't actually often fly together anymore, James.
Yeah.
Because I'm living in Cape Town, you're living here and working at the factory.
But it does feel like it's always a new adventure about to start when I'm with you.
It's a mini adventure.
It's a mini adventure this time,
Yeah.
But you know what? Just being with Mike is an adventure.
That's true.
I mean, it's,
Well, not to say you, James.
we're going to miss Potch. All the world's greatest gliders are made. I mean, it's quite interesting. You've got the world's greatest glider manufacturer in Potchefstroom.
Yeah.
And then you've got the world's greatest light aircraft manufacturer.
Yeah.
Who's that, James?
Sling Aircraft.
I mean, I love it. These electric seats. It's just like, watch this.
Ooh, wow, that's a new thing.
How is that, eh?
Yeah, I like to sit a bit higher, you know?
It is 412 nautical miles, guys.
3 and a bit hours.
We've got 250 litres. That's about 9 hours of flying, like 1,200 nautical miles. This is the Orange River coming into the Vaal River.
This is our main river in South Africa here, and the main river running through Johannesburg, coming in from the east.
And you see the Orange River cutting through the mountains here. This is the scenery which is more similar to Matt's farm. Matt's a quadriplegic. He presents like a paraplegic. His hands work a little bit. And he, of course, flies backwards and forwards in his sling.
Yeah, that was the one we flew to Oshkosh.
Yeah, modified to fly hands only.
So you designed a plane for him, so he could fly it on his own.
Yeah, and his right hand does the throttle, the brake, and the rudder. And his left arm just does the stick, ailerons and elevator.
I often sit when we're doing these long flights and things. Amazing. I mean, we just dreamt up this shit.
And then
Now we're flying all around the world with them, you know?
This is the center console now.
Yes, and I
with-
see you've put the brake, the
And
parking brake in
I had
as
to
well.
put it like that. Remember, I wanted
Yes.
to put it so I couldn't fit it in. That piece there, the skins of...
I mean, those first days in that office in Sunny Rock Park,
Yeah.
could you imagine that, there would be so many of these around the world? We'd be sitting here, flying at 145 knots with our mates, 9 hours of fuel, heavy goods. I mean, as kind of absurd as it sounds, you can fly around the world in this thing in like 15 or 20 days if you want to.
Really, James? 15 or 20 days?
Well, you can.
Yeah, you can.
If you want
if
to.
you're going every day.
If you want to take it easy like us and see some sights. Then you need 40 days.
Hey,
Sweetheart, you don't understand the heart.
Those things are noisy.
Carry in your hands, you try too hard. We stay miles apart. In this place of our own, we heave domestic sighs. Now the wind once in our sail blows the washing.
Is that the farmhouse?
That's the farmhouse over there.
And there's a bucky down there.
Yeah, that bucky should be waiting for us.
Yeah, maybe he didn't expect us to be this fast, you know. He's maybe expecting some old aeroplane to come here, take an age. Oh, there's his sheep, check.
Oh, look here, you see, look all near the water.
They didn't really notice that there was an aeroplane flying over. I think we're quiet, you know.
Always got the cell switch there, Mike.
Lloydie, we're going to rate James's landing, okay?
Okay, I'll tell you what, you're going to...
Out of 10.
I don't know if you've got enough numbers to rate this landing.
I'll give you a 6. You know, I have very high standards, Lloydie.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I have very high
These are
standards.
very high standards for others. We're going to get welcomed by the guy.
There's no like Swedish hockey team girls here that
I'm not sure.
been stranded here for like 2 months.
Maybe.
Is that still your fantasy?
Of course, has
Mike?
brought them in.
It is, yeah. And now that I'm older, I don't want these young hockey team. I want like
You want the coach?
I want the vet. Yeah.
When I think back on all our adventures together, I'm starting to get this slight mix-up in my mind between what are my actual own genuine memories of them and what are my memories of the films that Lloyd has made about these trips. And then sometimes
You know
the kind
what's
of
not
films
clear
we've
for
made
me?
as well.
100% is exactly when we met the first time. It was at a party at our house, right?
The sign of a man coming out the wardrobe. This is a brilliant example
Yeah.
because we have a story about how we met, obviously.
Yes,
and
yes.
the story's true in the sense that I think it's the first time we really hit it off.
This is not really the place where we kiss, is it?
Instantly when I met you, I was going to be interested in you because you were a famous adventure pilot and you'd done the big South American trip. And I was an aspirant pilot. And also, I was an established adventurer because I had rock climbed and driven trucks across Africa and ridden motorcycles.
All of my life, I have moved towards people that are slightly more adventurous or have a slightly crazy streak in them, you know, can take risks. And so, I mean, I think you and I automatically connected.
We both like to
Exactly that, yeah.
float the balloon.
I tell you what, that man is mad.
Universe.
On to you. Where are you, James?
It's driving through the here and now.
Absolutely incredible.
Trying to find some freedom somehow.
Oh, how great is it?
Well, I caught a glimpse when I came to land. On a desert road in Swaziland. Swaziland.
I do absolutely love this place. And what makes it special is that, you know, it's not available to anyone in the public. It's just on your friend's private farm.
Well, I'm not saying you were the first,
Oh, wow. Look at that.
That's in Ireland.
That's amazing.
but you sure unwound my universe.
Eland is Africa's biggest antelope.
I've seen other Bushman paintings, in the Drakensberg. There's definitely a stylistic element.
This style also is
Typical. It's kind
typical.
You feel like you've seen it before.
Yeah.
Remember on my birthday in 2007, I hit the jackpot when I was involved in a business transaction where suddenly I had that breathing space unexpectedly, and I was already your friend. And we had just done No Need for Parking, the film where you and me and Marianne
Come on, Marianne. Stop lying in the road.
decided to do an adventure.
Yay! Giving us a lift.
It was a climbing adventure first and foremost, but we used aeroplanes as a vehicle
To get to
to
the
get to
different
the
mountains.
places where we took you and climbed all the
Yeah.
great mountains of South Africa.
And you dragged me up Oceans of Fear
Up
mountain.
Oceans of Fear.
I can't believe you got everything tied into that one piece of rock. Have you seen how far down that is?
I think we realised on that trip, we bonded.
Start getting ready, he says. Right.
James, I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
Because we were in beautiful places, doing amazing things. We both did well on the flying side.
I tell you what, this is definitely the craziest landing I've ever done. You look at that runway from up top here, it looks tiny. Looks good, Mike.
I can't see.
Oh, Mike, brilliant, Mike. Woo! Well done, well done, well done.
Quite exposed to the elements and to danger in the aeroplanes.
I'm not easily nervous. I'm feeling a bit sick, actually.
Okay, James. Oh, I'm gonna crash into the rock.
When you started designing this aeroplane, which you started doing in October 2005, did you have in your mind a picture that we'd be building 15 to 18 of these a month? These shapes would be in the sky all over the world. That there'd be a whole community of people who kind of knew us before we arrived.
Before you joined me, you were asking me questions about the business and what did I think was going to happen with the business, where we were going and so on. And I did a presentation to you and I looked at it about a month ago.
Have you still got that?
And it says presentation to James. And I read about what we were going to do, the first aircraft, the second aircraft, the third aircraft, where we were going to set up distributors around the world.
I was clueless. I had a bit of breathing space.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do something like worthwhile and exciting that appealed to me. I didn't want to sell my time. I wanted to make a widget.
Yeah.
And if it could be an aeroplane, that was like absolutely ideal. And then I wanted to sell it to the world. And because I'd been an attorney where your reputation is important, you've got to kind of like appear to be something to your customers, I wanted to be able to say, look, if you want it, buy it. If you don't like it, fuck off.
Pas op vir die top wat my boer is. Hy sorg dat jou bewustzijn verloor is. Gooi weg al die bottels wat oor is. En stil jou pijn met brandewijn.
About a year and a half later, I'd run out of money and you said you wanted to do something and I said, come and join me. It was a beautiful...
I started in January 2008 and we flew the aeroplane on the 18th of October 2008, the first development prototype.
Yeah.
Remember, and you and I hopped it the day before.
Yes.
What does that mean, guys? What is happening?
So we got it running perfectly and we were waiting for the test pilot to
we were
arrive.
struggling for a long time to find a test pilot, of course.
Yeah. And we decided late one afternoon, let's just
jump it off the ground.
Well, we did a fast taxi and by mistake we got airborne for a little while and then we landed again.
And you suggested to me that we should build a production prototype, fly it to Oshkosh, the longest ever flight in an aircraft this small, and come back around the world.
Anyway, listen, by the time we get here, we'll know how
How's it going?
everything's running out.
And that gave gave rise to our second great adventure and, of course, our second film as well. Prop clear! Okay. So we climbed into the aeroplane for the first time fully loaded to attempt the longest straight-line flight ever in an aeroplane as small as ours.
But as the sun started setting, suddenly this moment sort of came over us that we realized we're on our way.
We were sitting there like two kind of school kids, just like hugging each other. There was this incredible release with being airborne, being on the trip, and being away. Do you remember those nights when we were like alone in the aeroplane flying around the world? Because it took us 40 days and nights. It was about 22 legs or something. But of those 22 legs, about 12 went right through the night.
I remember them well, James.
Wow, it's our first morning, first sunrise.
Anyway, we've been starving and we have 4 hours to go and we have a sandwich, so...
I'll swap it.
No.
What that round-the-world flight did is it gave us a pedigree. It gave our aircraft a pedigree, and it gave us a pedigree to show that we believed in it so much that we were prepared to get into it and fly it around the world.
Good morning, William Approach. This is Zulu Uniform Tango Alpha Foxtrot. We have come from South Africa, crossing in a light sport aircraft from West Africa, which took us 22 hours.
You must love the air.
Repeat that, sorry?
So you must love the air. You must love the flight.
We love the flight.
So that was 2009.
That was 2009.
And the other element that developed out of that is we met Lloyd, because Lloyd made the film.
Thank you, Lloydie.
Oops, Lloydie's moving the camera, eh?
Lloydie's moving the camera.
How did that happen? Did you see one of my films or what?
Yes. I got invited to watch The Silver Fairs, the film about the carnival in Cape Town.
Yes. I've watched it as well. It's beautiful.
After that film, I got into a conversation with Lloyd.
Yeah.
And I told him that we had taken footage of this trip around the world and that we wanted to make a movie.
Remember we did a couple of overarching interviews?
Yes.
And there were no shots of you guys flying from the outside.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We went and we flew down to Durban.
Anyway, we did air-to-air shots. We did shots over the ocean. And then we needed the storm shots.
Which we did in the hangar.
In the hangar. We put the plane in the hangar, you and me inside the aeroplane, a hose pipe, run the prop, spray the water through the hose pipe, and then an arc welder.
Making the lightning flashes.
We never flew in the aeroplane in proper rain, sustained rain, but I don't think we ever discussed turning back.
James and I hardly spoke at all.
Silently, I think we just agreed. We're just going to point the thing for the Seychelles and we are going to go.
Terrifying.
I mean, I think both you and I couldn't believe the aeroplane would actually come through that thing.
What do you say, James?
Are we good? I feel so relieved and happy and great, you know? I mean, this is so beautiful. It's good to be alive.
And then there we were in the Seychelles. We've been flying for like 18 hours through this absolute tropical thunderstorm. And so, I mean, we knew.
Yeah.
We didn't have to bullshit anybody.
No.
The aeroplane was fantastic.
But the interesting thing for me was that having designed and developed and manufactured microlights before, the testing that we did on the slings was so comprehensive compared to those days. The flight testing and the static testing and the calculations and what have you, and the decision to test it to full certification standards right from the first day.
That was a great film and it was a great story.
Yeah.
And it started a kind of culture of filmmaking, but also it was a medium to communicate our culture.
Yeah.
And it actually defines our business today because it captures some of what we are and what we do. And so we're not just a product, we're a culture as well. This is not how you want to build your business.
No, this would definitely not pass the Sling engineering standard.
There's this kind of sadness of projects started and failed, and you know.
Yeah, as we travel around the world, you see them all over the place, all over the world. Started and failed projects, and sometimes not even finished. You know, some dreams come to fruition and some just don't. And then we started immediately making our first four-seater.
Because one of the things that was proven to us on the trip around the world is that the airplane could fly overweight by hundreds of kilograms. In fact, in that case, by more than 50%.
Yeah.
Because the aeroplane was supposed to have a 600 kilogram maximum worn-up weight, and we flew at about 920. I mean, that's a 44-gallon drum full of water on the aeroplane, and another half 44-gallon drum, in fact, more than half.
And it flew perfectly with that. And so that's why we made the Sling 4. And I think that is also what's set us aside from so many other aviation companies, is we've used smaller Rotax engines successfully in four-seater aircraft. Put a 914 Rotax in, 115 horsepower, and we made a four-seater. We made the prototype, and we flew it for a few hours, I don't know, 20 hours or something like that. And then we jumped in it and flew it around the world.
Again, yeah. We are met by a squadron of well-wishers as we return from yet another epic journey in the opposite direction from which we left. Over the past 45 days, we've flown right around the world in a prototype of our new four-seater aircraft, designed and manufactured at our small factory situated just south of Johannesburg. Seeing that we've already flown around the world once in the prototype of our first aircraft, the question that we're constantly asked is why would we want to do it again? The reason is first and foremost because we love adventure, myself and Mike and John. It's for fun. It's not for marketing, it's not to prove anything to the world. The second reason why we do it is to test the aircraft, to have the opportunity to spend some really proper time in her. And spend proper time in her we have. Being stuck in a tube for flying times averaging 18 hours a day without the luxury of a toilet, you'd imagine that proper time would be achieved within a couple of flights. But no, we've spent 240 hours in her over the past 45 days. About 6 months before we left to fly around the world in the first aeroplane.
Yeah.
You wrote, you came in and you stuck on the board, who dares wins. I think it was who dares wins. I mean, it's quite a dangerous topic because there are a lot of people that disapprove of kind of risk-taking, and there's a very, very strong culture of safety in aviation.
Of course.
Because it's inherently dangerous. And I mean, we just do not take unjustified risks. We don't do it. Like, it's all calculated and whatever. But there are different kinds of risks.
Yeah, there are different kinds of risks.
There are risks.
I think about, for instance, us flying across the ocean, right? How many ocean crossings have we done? Maybe 30? Maybe more.
Like 6 or 8 per trip or whatever.
And of course there's risk with that, and so most people would say that's too risky to do. But
if you've got faith in your design and build, it's just like normal flying.
I found a magic carpet. I don't think this thing's going to fly anymore, but you can try it, James.
Okay.
Right. If this guy is still operational, it needs a lot of concentration.
Okay.
And so please, no jokes and stuff like that. Just concentrate, and I'm going to lift off. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Lifting a little. Can you feel yourself?
Yeah.
Woo!
only once we were in Rio did we actually announce it to the world that we were going to fly Rio to Cape Town, which has never been done in a small aircraft like this before. It was your idea, James.
What was it? I don't know.
No, it was your idea. Because you said to me that we should do something a little bit exceptional with that flight around the world. And what about flying from South America straight across to Cape Town?
That was so unusual.
It was so unusual. We had this tiny little engine, this aircraft loaded. It was just like dripping fuel everywhere. It was just like a... And we took off from Rio and flew 27 hours across to Cape Town.
And I think you had 29 and a half hours of fuel.
Yeah, we had 2 hours of fuel
But
left.
there were stages where you had a 65-knot tailwind. And on that flight, you needed...
But we couldn't do it without that tailwind.
Yeah, you needed a 20-knot tailwind from the moment of takeoff to the moment of landing. And you had triple that.
It was certainly the most nerve-wracking long flight that I've ever undertaken. Actually, Jean was the first one to say, check, look, you could see that little square mountain. It was just this light blue and that out of the mist. I've never been so relieved in my life to see land and to see a mountain like that.
So we're moving on. We're going to Verneekpan, the Crooked Pan. Just a place that we've been to a bunch of times over the years. We made a very cool movie, Lloyd, you and me, a take on the Top Gun Maverick trailer and a continuation of our storytelling, I suppose, through film about our business and how it's developed. Push, Michael. Today we are moving on to quite different countryside because we're going to a plane.
Okay, turn. Nice and flat in every direction, and there's a runway there. Yeah.
I once rode 10 kilometers there without rising or falling a single meter on a Sling bicycle, you know, another exciting project of ours.
Okay, Lloydie, you're in tight. Your seatbelt's on.
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay, you should do that. It's not because I'm worried about you, it's just that if we do have a smash, you're going to hit me, and I don't want to have that happen.
And actually, Mike, I know that you do really care.
I do, Lloydie.
Vernieuwpan, here we come.
Okay, we got speed, we got revs, we got power, we got...
A nose wheel off the ground.
Nose wheel off the ground. We're
gorgeous,
airborne, guys.
And it's like butter. Morning, Mr. Makhoba. Are you done with your duties? Come and get a lift. This is Walter's special job, in addition to his ordinary workload of letting everybody in the morning and everybody out at night, and he gets paid overtime for that, so he enjoys it. Jump on the side, yeah?
Yeah, what look big?
Yeah. And you can talk to me as we go.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir, today?
I'm lekker. So, how long have you been at Sling, Walter?
11 years now.
11 years?
Yes.
And started with?
When I started here, I was working for part manufacturing here, drilling the holes.
And now?
Yeah, now I'm a specialist from final assembly. I'm an assembler.
If I give you an aeroplane in parts, Walter, can you assemble the whole thing?
Yes, I can assemble it. Assembling even the wing.
And you learnt on the job?
Yes.
Don't fall off here, Chana.
Yes, sir.
Yeah!
Nice. I love this plane, man. It flies so beautifully.
The plane flies nicely, doesn't it, eh?
You know, I mean, James, this came out of our brains, you know. It was just like...
Mostly out of yours.
Yeah, but it combined thing, you know, just like a dream.
You can do almost everything that you want to do in it.
And you can load so much stuff into it. I mean, I'm surprised. Actually, it's the first time I've really loaded a lot in. Wow, lots of space.
There are 18,000 rivets in an aeroplane. These have all gone gold, and the reason why is because we alloy down them, making it gold like this. This was silver aluminium, and it's an anti-corrosion treatment. These are the bars that we put them through. It's a chrome conversion process, stops them rusting.
Right in the beginning, making the first prototype, we got all of the parts made out by outside companies.
Yep, I remember that.
And we quickly realized, first of all, we couldn't rely on their quality.
And the price was high as well.
And the price was high, and the quality was bad, and the timing was bad. So the obvious answer was do it ourselves. We did some research, worked out that we needed a punch and a hydraulic press.
Hydraulic press.
And we bought a press brake.
What do you want, Mike?
17.4.
17.4.
And that allowed us to make all the hydroformed parts and all of the aluminium parts.
One of the nice things about building your own aeroplane is that you do know
what's going into
what every single piece is like. And in fact, of course, it has resulted in a change of model of our business, because there was an element where we intended to, like a skunk works, and kind of do design work and outsource a whole lot. And we've done exactly the opposite. We've brought everything in-house. And so we control the quality and the timing.
So now we had the machines, and it had taken us 5 years of working and testing and making prototypes, and we got our first order.
We got 2 orders, in fact, at the same time. Andrew Lane ordered a flying aeroplane, a lookalike of our Around the World aeroplane, and Michiel de Koker ordered a kit.
I started as a production assistant working on a wing table, and I've been promoted to a manager for 5 years now. We pack kits and supply all around the world. So we have them in a fuselage, wing, empennage, undercarriage, canopy finishing.
Of course, one of the elements of doing kit aircraft is that you've got to persuade the market that it's accessible to build a kit. You know, most people in the world think that you need to be some sort of specialist.
I don't know who came up with the idea as a marketing exercise, and for fun, of course, to build one of our two-seaters in 7 days with 5 of us guys from the factory that knew what we were doing, and 5 girls, our wives and girlfriends and friends. That was the first time we did that, 7 days exactly. We took a kit from the factory, we lived in a hangar, we had people bringing us food every night. Remember, we had those fantastic buffet tables with food outside.
And man, we had a lot of fun.
But in 7 days, we took a 2-seater kit with 5 girls. I mean, they did fantastically well. They worked hard, those girls.
Now, the thing is, you see, if I can do it, she can do it also.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes. You have to line up this one, sir.
Is Vince the guy who teaches people to do it?
Vince, he's a very bad teacher, but he's a brilliant...
But he seems to know everything.
He knows everything, but he doesn't like to teach. And in fact, he's recently adopted the attitude that if we want him to teach people, we have to pay him more.
Yeah, but teachers don't get paid well in this country. Huh?
Exactly. We told him that.
And Lloyd, again, you made a movie about it.
Oh, that was my pleasure, Mike.
Thank you, Lloyd. James stressed me on that 7-day build because I'm like, guys, we've got to build this thing in 7 days. And James is running around, like, having fun, like.
Because each of the other people in the workplace talk shit for 45 minutes to an hour a day to somebody, and they're all talking shit to me. So I'm talking shit for 10 hours in a day.
If you start to goof off, then everybody else starts to come and sit out on the lawn, and then nobody's working
you think
here.
that's the business you were talking guys, but I'm also maintaining a kind of a happy environment and kind of trying to make an assessment regarding who needs what.
I know, but James, you know, we need a certain number of hours to get this thing through.
But I mean,
if we don't put this
that we're ahead.
If we don't,
you know, we're gonna finish on Wednesday at the moment. So we also want to have some fun. You know, we got to do kids here.
I don't think we're going to finish on Wednesday, James.
Where's everybody's? They went home or?
But it's an old story of South Africa. There's the black man doing all the work and the white guy sitting around talking shit.
I can see that. I can see that.
We're going to change that now.
It's only me and
the foreigner.
Yeah, and then we're working together.
The foreign woman.
And then I'm standing there like, James.
No time off today for you.
The factory where everything is made is just down across the roadway down the lawn there. And suddenly it's lunchtime and all the guys from the factory have walked over. Now these guys here are the guys that have made every single part that we're putting together.
And if it flies on Friday, then I think we'll be
then you get to keep your job.
Yeah. This is Thabo Ngoma. Thabo's been with us for how long?
Since 2009.
So you started in this place working with your hands, and now you sit at a computer, eh?
Yes.
And who knows the most about programming the software for these machines in the business?
I like to believe I do.
It's our last night together. We're allowed to have a couple of drinks tonight, aren't we, Mike? Basically, because the only thing left to do tonight is to put the wings on the aeroplane, which basically is just an afterthought. I mean, that's pretty easy to do. And the propeller, the wings and the propeller. And then there's the cow.
And test the electrics.
Get the paperwork done.
Do the weight and balance.
Do the weight and balance.
Put the registration letters on. Well, this is all good reason to have a few drinks.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go! At the end of that process, though, I realised something about Mike. It was just like the depth of your experience, because we worked until midnight. The 24 hours of the last day, so the 7th day expired at like 8 o'clock the next morning. And we couldn't get the aircraft running properly because there was an electrical fault. And you worked in it and worked in it, and you realised ultimately it was like a bad ground.
You know, I really wanted to so desperately make the 7 days, you know, and I've got an hour to go. So I'm feeling pretty bullish right now. Come on. Oil pressure, oil pressure, oil pressure, oil pressure. Yes! Morning. I've been working since 2:30, and 1 minute ago I sorted the problem out and I just started the engine.
Okay, this is it, guys. We've got 30 seconds. He's got to just get off the ground, I think. Whoa! Guys, that's not really a high-speed taxi. It's called flying.
minute. Wait.
I mean, I went home last night in total dejection, you know. I mean, I'm not a loser, you know. I wasn't going to leave this place until all was lost. And everything was, we were not going to make it. You know, I told everyone, let's come back on Sunday. And then Mike Blyth wakes up at 2 in the morning and shit starts happening. So these are South African beef hides. Yeah, Mike and I and our team built an aeroplane in 7 days and flew to Europe in 7 days. We arrived incredibly proud in this aeroplane, and all the Italians wanted to know was like who stitched the leather, and the French wanted to know who did the design. And so it's a totally different approach. We realized that we were kind of like farmers selling a very expensive product. We needed to make it beautiful and finish it. And so we've learned how to turn these hides into absolutely beautiful leather artifacts.
I've been working here now 13 years, and I love my job as a specialist stitching high wing seats, TSI and sling tools.
So this is a set of TSI seats. Because it's all bespoke, everything we do is chosen by the customer. So you can choose your colors, the pattern, your stitching. This is the rear seat for a Sling TSI. And our aeroplanes are artifacts which people love, you know. Keeps you safe, you go wonderful places in it. You must have a love affair with your aircraft.
I started at Composites, and then now I'm here in upholstery. I'm doing well. It's been 14 years. I came here when I was 23, now I'm 37 years today.
Today's your birthday?
Yes, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So that's at year 7. We're just starting production with the Sling 4.
Yeah.
We've got the Sling 2 in production.
And then the next project was actually the little tail dragger Sling 2.
So there he goes. James, been dying to take a Himba woman for a flight for a long time, I think.
The trip we did around Namibia was such a wonderful holiday and break.
And film.
And film, of course. I love making these films because they tell stories about people we meet and things we're thinking and so on. Can you ask her if it's okay for her to have more than one boyfriend?
Is that possible for you to have more than one girlfriend?
For me, it's fine, but my culture says it's not okay.
Just interesting to know, why did you not carry on with a 2-seater tail dragger? And you made a couple, right?
No,
yes, there are about 8 or 10.
But we just didn't get many orders for them, that's it. And if somebody gives us an order today, we'll deliver one.
We deliver one.
Okay.
Yeah, they're great little planes.
But you know what? In a low-wing aeroplane, a tail dragger is normally for a sporty, fast or aerobatic aeroplane.
Yeah.
Most people who want a tail dragger want a high-wing tail dragger.
That's why we're selling so many tail draggers in this version of this aircraft.
I mean, landing here today demonstrates that you hardly need a tail dragger in this airplane. You know, it lands so short and so well anyway.
The gear is so robust.
It's strong.
Very strong.
And if you want to, you can put those big wheels on now as well. Okay, so we are going to visit the intellectual heart of the business. Hello, everybody. Is your spiritual leader back in here? There he is. Michael Blyth, sitting in the place that he belongs in.
This is our engineering office, really nice and busy. A whole lot of very experienced engineers and draftsmen been operating here for a long time.
We've got definitely a lot more engineers than we used to have. At one point I was the only one, I think, so and now we've got about 7, if I'm correct, with all different skill sets. And we've got some really good draftsmen that have also been here for a while, so they know the product really well.
We don't outsource. We do almost everything in-house. So we have to do quite a lot of development work so we can do our own upholstery and our own painting and our own composites and everything. These over here are the very first renderings of the high-wing aeroplane. We start the design by creating the right aerodynamic shape so the aeroplane performs right, and then we put the structure underneath. But it's exciting to work in a business that does just about everything, you know, from start to finish. And we've always been like that, and we're able to test everything, and it means that we can control the quality, the timing, make money on every different element, and we can make changes quickly as well. We're flexible.
So what's happening, Mike?
I'm taking the wheel spat off because it's rubbing against the tire. This is the kind of thing that happens when you fly in the bush and into rough terrain.
Sometimes you have a little hit or something with a stone and then, you know, get a little bit of damage. Ideally, when you're flying into the bush, you shouldn't have wheel spats on.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. The whole thing is broken off here.
Yeah. This is a good example of how quite a lot of our development is a consequence of kind of practical experience. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
So when we have broken a couple of brake systems, then we use a more substantial one.
And because we fly so much, and because we do these amazing trips, we get to understand our aircraft. We don't just make them, develop them and sell them. We actually live in them. The only thing that I'm unhappy about, really, mostly, is that my hands are so dirty. You know what I mean?
In the spirit of doing everything ourselves, 3 high wings that we sold to Kenya, 2 of the guys wanted to put big wheels on a tricycle gear aeroplane. So this is an example of the big wheel. It's much bigger than the ordinary one in order to land on really rough runways. We're developing this. We're going to test it ourselves quickly before we send it off to Kenya. These bushes over here, we've made ourselves. And this is an example of the fork for that aeroplane. And you've put more beef in here, have you?
Yes, we've beefed up the structure a little bit. That's because we elongated the fork a little bit here.
To fit the wheel in, because you've got a longer moment on here. It needs to be stronger. So all of this stuff we can do ourselves in short time. I mean, it's quite an exciting environment to be in. Eh?
Yeah, very exciting.
This is where all the creative shit happens. This is where you come up with ideas and we turn it from a dream into a reality.
Yeah, creative shit. Goes on in here. There's quite a lot of shit in there. But there's always a development project on the go, isn't there? You know, because there was the Sonica and then the 915 engine arrived.
We took our Sling 4 demo plane, we took the wings off, we put the new TSI wings on and changed the empennage a little bit and then flew it.
With the 915 engine, yeah.
The 915 engine, and wow, it flew amazingly well. And we flew it around quite a lot. And then we made a prototype of the first TSI and did all the testing.
And we upped the maximum all-up weight. It does demonstrate the extent to which a good aircraft is the perfect marriage between an airframe and an engine. And you understood that with 141 horsepower, we could do a great deal more. Because we've expanded to capacity at Tetterfield, we've moved part of our production to these new Alroy premises, which we're very proud of and now quite well established in. And able for the first time to kind of run a proper production line. So this is, and I'm glad to see it's quite full kit packing, which means that we do have kits to deliver, despite the tariffs from the States. And there's quite a lot in here. This is our new store. And then this is the sub-assembly area over here. Wing making on the right, we're going to get to empennage, and then fuselages. And this is a combination of ready-to-fly aeroplanes and quick-build kits.
This is where we make the parts and where we do some of the assemblies, and then it gets sent across to Tetterfield to get finished there. It's really a fulfilling job to have, really.
Is it?
Yes, very much.
And why?
Very much. People, I think, number one. You know, there's a limit to what you can do with 1 or 2 capable people. But if you can get a group of people looking in the same direction, working towards the same goals, that's fulfilling, I think.
Messy part of the business. Composites. So these are high-wing fuselages in the making. This is quite a complex process. We have learnt a hell of a lot. Carbon, glass fiber. Can I talk to you for a minute? I want to put you on the camera, you don't mind? You don't like the camera?
I don't like it. No, I'm Afrikaans.
Did you come to us in a slightly different capacity?
Yes, I started at quality control.
And then you were essentially upgraded?
Yeah.
You landed with this nightmare?
Yeah, 94 people in this composites department. So. And in here we built all the composite parts that comes on the Sling aircraft. Yeah, in the beginning it was a bit difficult. You know, when changes happening but it's getting much better. You can see improvements daily coming here.
We developed airframes around those Rotax engines, and then Rotax would develop a new, lighter, more powerful engine, and then we would make changes to fit that.
And we started developing this aircraft, and we test flew the first one in December 2020.
Yes.
That was then after 15 years from the time we started the business.
So in 15 years we've done an LSA, a 2-seater, a 4-seater, a tail dragger, an engine and wing change, a second engine change, and then the high wing. 7 models.
Close.
We also put glider tug devices on the aircraft.
Very successful.
Very effective.
Tugs and banner towing as well. Changed propellers.
Upgraded instrumentation substantially.
We are making a high-end aircraft.
Yeah.
So we put the best engines in, the best propellers, the best instruments.
Will you talk to us for a minute, Martin? Okay.
How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Are you good?
I'm good.
Won't you tell us who is the most skilled at doing electrical work in this business?
So, it's me and Ishmael.
I want to tell you that Martin Gondwe is a global expert on instrument wiring systems, and particularly the electronics in the aeroplane, like the Garmins, the transponders, the EFISs, flight information systems, radios. There is almost nothing that he cannot fix. I mean, he's an extremely humble man. If you phone him from the other side of the earth with a problem in the electrical system of your aeroplane, he will listen to you on the phone and he'll tell you in 1 minute exactly what the problem is, where to locate it, how to fix it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We have a huge community around our workers, around our factory, around our business.
What's happening in electrics, Martin?
I've said there's
Nothing you're struggling with. Just being behind.
Because my brother works for the business.
I joined in 2011 when you guys were building the first Sling 4. And then in 2014, you guys made me CEO. But it was always a kind of plan that, Mike wanted to retire. At that point, he had like a 5-year retirement plan. It's now 15 years later or whatever. Basically, you guys wanted to groom me to be able to take over the business.
In true South African style, we've just broken in, saved ourselves, I think, $66.
Is that between the two of us or each? The company was called the Airplane Factory. And I found that quite a few people would contact me after air shows saying, we looked for you at the air show and we couldn't find you. I would then say, well, we were there, and they said, well, we looked in the program and we couldn't find Sling. It turned out that we were always listed under T instead of S because we were the Airplane Factory. And so one of the things I set about doing was rebranding the company to Sling Aircraft. There is Sling Island. And the most important things to see here are, of course, this incredible high wing that John and his team from TAF USA put together. And right next to it is their gorgeous new TSI with the same paint job. When Mike and James were going to fly the first plane around the world, they needed to come up with a name for it. And then James had the idea. He said, listen, we are like the little David fighting against the Goliaths of the aviation industry. And David used a sling to kill Goliath. And at the same time, they were also slingshotting around the world. And so the name Sling was brilliant for the airplane, and it's turned out to be great for the company also.
He's been an amazing asset to our business as well.
He loves it. He's
and now
deeply committed to it.
My son Greg has just joined the business.
From the early days, I would come in on weekends and help build the early planes.
Gregory phones me every second day on the way home. Dad, this business is like crazy. Yeah. It's amazing. There's so much going on.
You've been flying with your dad since you're about like this. Didn't you fly through Europe?
Yes. I've done a whole lot of trips with my dad. I flew in the microlights across Europe to Oshkosh in the Sling. And even before that, we did little weekend away trips and stuff.
Do you guys feel like we learned enough to run the factory while Mike and I just go and do marketing trips around the world?
Yeah, we can't possibly do a worse job than you've done.
We've come a long way. I mean, this is our paint shop, where we now have 2 very nice paint booths, and we keep these things busy the whole time. We've now got 4 hangars in which we paint aeroplanes.
I started as a prep, just like every guy who hired here. I started from preparation. After I started polishing and painting. Right now, I'm the supervisor of this department. Here, the atmosphere and the environment of this place is quite superb, and even our bosses they're very good bosses. They understand, so that's what I like most about it.
And you've developed here a lot, eh?
A lot.
And did you have any experience in paintwork or prep before you came here?
No, I knew nothing when I came. Everything that I know, I learned it from here.
A bunch of these people have followed this typical kind of South African, and I think African trajectory, which is from a rural area into an urban area to make your fortune, to go and find an opportunity in life. And then, you know, because we are located so close to Jackson, the squatter camp, people find their first job with us.
When I started here, I used to stay at Jackson. Right now I'm renting here by Acre of Plot 44.
So that's like you promoted your housing arrangement out of the squatter camp and into a formal place.
Into a formal place, yeah.
Can you take us to Jackson and show us what life is like in Jackson?
No problem, I can do that.
Go Banilaba, Abezayo. Go Banilaba, yeah. Asibe Sabitina. Oh, Asibe Sabitina.
Swing soccer. Hold on, we'll give you a lift.
Yeah.
All of you jump on. There you go.
Jump in, jump in.
Are we going to the soccer field?
Yeah, right now we're going straight.
What time is your game?
Go Banilaba, Abezayo. Go Banilaba, Papeti Zikali. Go Banilaba, Abezayo. Go Banilaba. Oh, Asibe Sabitina.
When you took us into Jackson the other day, James, you went to go and visit, like, I think 2 women that seem to have quite a lot of kids hanging around them. What's that all about?
I mean, I've ended up getting a little bit involved with the community there, supporting 2 feeding schemes who look after... Watch out, children! The young kids of parents who need to work. Hello, Louisa, how are you?
Daniel?
These are your children, eh?
Yes.
And they're here every day during the school hours?
Yes.
Oh man, it's a fantastic project, eh?
Where's the money coming from for the food?
From James.
From James?
Yes.
How did that happen? Did they approach you or what?
Louisa came and asked for a job and asked for support.
Ah.
But you know, we live in a developing country, so government is weak. There are not good schools, creches. There's little or no government money available to support kids in these townships. And so people jump in, you know.
I noticed that Mike was quite impressed with what you were doing, James. In fact, so much so that he got very enthusiastic about the idea of maybe Sling
I'm still
presenting.
enthusiastic.
I mean, it's lovely to see Mike get sentimental because he's not really a sentimental chap, you know.
Yeah, but he's getting older now, you know.
More
in touch with his feelings.
As I age.
That's quite a change, actually, Mike.
Yeah.
Because you're quite hard-headed, you know.
Only as far as money is concerned, really.
Yeah, mostly
Otherwise,
financial.
he's the sweetest guy otherwise.
But I mean, of course, that's because he's always, you know, had to struggle to make ends meet. And I actually think it makes for a better person. Paradoxically, I think it makes for a better product as well. Because, I mean, there's an element of leanness and economy in your design.
James, you know, what I would like to still do is a one-day build. We carefully select the teams. We have 2 teams, 1 day team, 1 night team, and it's 24 hours. Because the world record for building an aircraft from scratch was during the Second World War. They built a bomber in 24 hours.
The clock strikes 9 and the record-breaking attempt begins. 2 sections of the fuselage are carried in.
That's the world record.
And they did it as a fun project.
Yeah, as a fun project. They built it from scratch and they got it finished and ready to fly in just over 24 hours. And so I thought it would be fun because we can do that. The wing guys, you know, they can make a set of wings in 12 hours, fuselages in 12 hours, empennages in 12 hours, the guys making the electrical harnesses 12 hours, and then the whole thing comes together.
And here they come. The various departments are delivering their finished sections to the main assembly. They said they'd build a bomber in their spare time in 30 hours. Its wheels lifted from the ground in exactly 24 hours and 48 minutes.
Okay, give it a shot.
James, I'm going to ask you a question. Why do you think it is that our business has succeeded and gone from strength to strength when so many aviation startups fail?
I wish that there was some kind of pithy single point that you can make, but I know what it is actually. It is the lining up of a whole lot of constellations where almost every I is dotted and T is crossed kind of thing. I mean, because a lot of people who design aeroplanes are passionate aviators and they want to make an aeroplane that they're going to love, that is fast or powerful or you know, or very reliable, but they've got no clue about money. And then the other people, you know, who want to make money out of aeroplanes, but they don't love the machine.
Yeah.
And then there are people who are not good with people. They can't market things. You need everything.
Yeah, you need everything.
And between us, we cover a lot of those bases.
Yeah.
And then between us and our community, we cover all of those bases.
I'm going to add one thing to that. I think we've had perseverance, even when things have been difficult and tough, and
I remember you saying to me, if you don't succeed in a particular business, you just try harder.
Yeah.
Because somebody's going to succeed in that.
Another thing I always say is that you only fail when you stop trying.
I mean, of course, that rubs off as well.
Yeah.
Because our staff can see it. You have to be a leader to start and operate a business like this, because it involves other people. And I mean, the first lesson of business leadership is your own willingness to do the work.
And the other thing is you have to have a vision. Yeah. Like we have a 5-year, a 10-year, a 15-year plan.
So maybe you could just hint at some things that are coming. You don't have to be specific.
Okay. What can we say about our new products? Well, some have got 2 seats.
Some have 4.
Some have got 4 seats. Some might have more seats. How's that? That's all I'm going to say. But I think in a year from now, approximately, we'll have announced the new ones. I don't think we'll be ready for delivery yet, but shortly thereafter.
Let's do 30 seconds of dead silence, because this place is one of the few places in the world where I feel like the silence is roaring.
We should do this, James.
It's deafening. Okay. Let's see if we can get total and utter silence.
Okay, but unfortunately, sitting like this, I can't switch my brain off and stop thinking about aeroplanes. It's one of those things.
Michael?
Yes?
Just try. Maybe what happens at the other end of the minute is something that you just won't ever.
Let's listen to the silence, like James says. We're listening to the silence. Thank you, James. Let's go and fly, James.
Yeah, let's go and fly.
Let's fly around the pan a bit. 30 plus years of adventuring. Jumping out of planes, hanging off mountains, flying tiny prototype aircraft over vast oceans. Yet you keep on pushing it, and despite your best efforts, you refuse to die. You should be sitting back with your slippers and pipe by now. Yet here you are, still trying to prove yourself. Why is that?
It's one of life's mysteries, Mike.
Something, I mean, I don't even know if Lloydie's recording at the moment, but how amazing are these products that we've created together?
They are amazing, but I can hardly separate them from our friendship kind of thing, I just feel like...
No, I mean...
I feel so bloody lucky and honoured to spend time with you and to derive the benefit of it and so on,
We
you
have this
can't do this stuff on your own.
No, you can't. And we have these incredible adventures. We travel all over the world. We have a fantastic friendship. I mean,
you've got careful not to alienate everyone else.
I mean, what more could you want?
Still slinging after 20 years.